Good
Hello,
evening.
hello, hello. And we are here at Out of the Mud again. And this is Connected and Protected with your host, Dehru Mitchell. Today's topic is completing your course. And here's Daru.
Good evening. Hello. Good evening indeed. I'm on the path, and I would like to state from out of the mud to the highest ethereal realms that there are. And in each one, on each plane, you ascend to the point of your involvement and course completion on each plane and in each area of facilitating yourself within the course that was given you, and you chose to accomplish being a presented and perfected point in time where you complete the circuit of existence on that plane. It could either be on this three-dimensional plane or any of the higher planes of life that exists within the spirit, within the essence of you, and within the soulish part of you that was the breath of life into. And in completing and going toward that course, you find that you've clicked in to many aspects that you had not considered. You would even indulge yourself the pleasure of knowing, the experience of having, and the process of ingratiating those things into you so that you become more and more and more the you that you are. Not even knowing the completion of the course, yet heading in that direction. For those things are being given to you as needed in each and every direction that you take. Some for correction, some for ascension, and some to magnify you so that you would be well known in the universe that you traverse. There is very little time that makes any sense when time is infinite and eternal. And in each aspect of you dwells one or the other. You're going to find that within the boundaries that are set on this plane to, to, to traverse them, you must give yourself the knowledge of self to be that triune being that you are. For in each aspect of that, you have the ability to reach far beyond the common knowledge and the common doings of just that one specific known area that people usually stay in. Because on your course, you have the ability to meet, intermingle, interact, and contain a certain amount of each of those interactions to set in place the next step you'll take, the furtherance of the journey that you're on, and uh, clarification, a more set manner in which you will be completing your course. I have found for myself not to be so bewildered at the things that come your way, for that was a part of what was given to you when your course began. You have managed to either solidify yourself in it and everything is beginning to flow in a manner where the achievements that you're making, you very seldom know because they are in those investments that you have with people. You know, you generally set your mannerisms, your decorum, your character, and everything with the people that you meet for a purpose, for them to see either the best of you, the qualities in you, or sometimes maybe a visage or a sight of what should be more than what is. Because in your ability to promote something in someone else, to give them a sight of something that, maybe their environment or their whole lifestyle has never given them to see. And it may be a simple emotional or mm, a simple transference of a feeling shown by an action that disrupts a certain mindset that was given by not having that sight before them. You know. And in following your course, then they are able maybe to correct a certain um, deviance or, yeah, maybe they just have to correct a point of to get back on their course so that they can continue in the right manner without the um, conflictual aspect of uncertainty that they are on the course that they're set for. Now, sometimes it comes into, you're having to demonstrate or even elaborate on something they may ask you or come to you for an understanding of. But that was part of your course also, you know, because most of the times you have to see yourself being what you're um, describing to someone else, because that's what they take notice of to find the difference in. And that's part of, I guess you would say, your magnification, your magnification showing out of you in that light, drawing in those out of darkness, if they choose to come, and if you are that light for them, because it takes away all of those facades of uh, of the paradigms that are set in their minds, the mindsets that gives them a very basic, down to earth having to be. I mean, everybody can't float on the clouds. I understand that. And everybody cannot see into those areas that they're not attuned to. But in most cases, you can interact on many levels at one time. But you must be aware of that because it sets in motion things on other planes and in other manners that if you're not knowing can take various forms and come back at you and catch you unaware. Sometimes it's necessary to fully encompass yourself in the knowledge of your destination and the course that you're on. We give ourselves many ways to reach out for sustainment and modifications or whatever, on this plane. But those same actions re- reverberate, meaning they carry their own vibrations and frequencies into other levels of existence that you also are interacting with. And if you're not becoming acutely aware of, they are also acting with you, interacting with you, and they can cause quite a bit of chaos. To remove yourself, redefine yourself, realign yourself, and get back on your course, you must, you know, take all those things into consideration. It's quite a bit more than just the management of a course of life on this plane, because you don't seek to stay here. You know, everybody doesn't want you, but they know the end of this course is going to come, albeit what you have accomplished or not. So, in the manner of fulfilling yourself on all three levels, then you start taking those things into consideration, and you give yourself the grace and the magnitude of honor, trust in yourself first, and you basically get rid of all the distractions that has no meaning. Therefore, it cannot inhibit it or end it. You are giving yourself a barrier within the realm that you're on, and you also accomplish in those realms the things that are for you to do. It's quite a bit to have a mind that is not closed in to a certain area. It's kind of called universally accepting and universally understood. And you become that universal person in the aspects of fulfilling a course in each area that you are given to be in. Or you can even take a different course in those areas, knowing that you are the furtherance of them, knowing that you have gained a hmm, complete mastery of them. But it does take a bit to be able to reach, touch, and interact without being present, without the physicality involved, those kind of things. where a person say, "Hey, I felt you. I'm many miles away, and something told me to give you a call to see what was going on, or to tell you something that just occurred to them that might cause you to check a situation that you're in, and that being a plus in your life." Yeah. So, in various manners, I would say, you know, that when self introspection comes in, when you look into yourself and you see if you're doing things for a more holistic self life, that you're going to continue and continue and continue in the essence of your being and the dimensions of the soulish realm that you are in, and it's almost incomparable to know all the aspects of that, because that was the main um, that was the main occurring factor that you bonded with, became you from that ultimate source. I choose to call it creator. And that was just a spark at that time. But your life shows the flame that it has become. And it shows forth the magnificence of all the ability that creation is, I guess. The best way to term that, yes. That creation is, and that one aspect that you are in it, that magnifies itself to know that it was that great creation, and you are it also. So don't limit yourself on your course. Complete it as you're it that is never going to end. You're going to always be completing it. And the paths that you take, the structure you give those paths, make them manifest so that it brings an abundance from each and every area into your life as it takes, as you give out that same abundance into others. Because it's a heartfelt thing. And I would rather not have an attack of the heart. I want that to be my end. So, in living within that heart realm, or yeah, heart realm, because you'll know an uneasiness if something really doesn't agree with you. I can get back to at another time so much more in the directions that we have taken, and we can see ourselves as separate and complete individual in whole countries that we have inhabited over eons of time, repeating and repeating and repeating the same course, and having our completion interrupted because of various, I'll just say, obstacles that complete, that compete. compete as abstainers to us reaching our goals for the magnificence and the glory of them, almost cause them to be non existent. Think about that. To fulfill your existence, such as in this life where so many take the life force in whatever manner they do to increase their self self sustenance and self sustaining ability, which they wouldn't have if they didn't have that which always was, always will be. First and foremost, creation. I'll let you think about that because creation has never stopped being created. The expanse of it includes you. So give yourself the opportunity to permeate throughout it. That means to join in every aspect of it, but in its natural sense, not this synthesized manner in which man of his lower structure has given life to be lived in, because that is a fleeting situation. And with that, I'm going to say completion of your course will not be known until it's in. And with that, come back again and we'll complete another phase of this course that we're on. Mhm. Okay.
Rue, you still going or you done?
I'm done.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'm cutting off. Thanks
Okay.
again.
Now you're going to take it back to where I stopped, right?
Yeah, it's gonna just be off.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Appreciate
Later.
you.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Peace.